Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome, Simon's Trading Channel. Thank you very much for joining me. All right, this is the weekly on Bybit. And as you can see, it has 4.5 hours left to the closure. And to all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to close somewhere similar to CME, just shy of 60,000. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the MACD following this closure, but we'll only find out after midnight. I ain't staying up that late because I've got stuff to do tomorrow. And so, yeah, I'll check in on the MACD weekly because ever so close to the zero line, I have a feeling it might turn back up this week. Now, scooting down to a daily, you can see now that the weekend didn't really do very much. But what has happened with those two closures is the daily MACD has got really quite close to the zero line. Now, the number for a daily closure for it to cross above the zero line is at 63 and change. So it's a little bit of work to do. And it's basically just above this support resistance area here, which is at 62. So that's what I think needs to happen on a daily first, is achieve 62, because that will probably be a support resistance area. And then it should be the MACD getting above the zero line, which is generally more bullish than bearish, even within a consolidation area. The real good move, though, will be getting back above 64, which I mentioned yesterday. That's the kind of local high at the moment. It'll continue falling, continue to ascend the MACD as long as Bitcoin doesn't close a daily candle below 57.7, which it's a couple of $1,000 above at the moment, and 57.7 on the chart would be a support level. So, yeah, that's the daily. Now I'm going to jump over onto the 4-hour. See that not a lot has happened since my last video. In fact, it's been completely sideways. The MACD still, the momentum still to the upside on the 4-hour. The trend, I think, is pretty well established now. It was really established in this whole section here, in my humble opinion. So this was the point in which I was happy to say that this downtrend is now likely reversed into an uptrend. It's not the same as busting on to all new to new all-time highs, but it certainly is. It's the start. It's my slightly less cautious optimism kicking in. You can see that on the super low time frames, so like 4-hour and below, Bitcoin has got itself in a little bit of a range here, with this being the support, basically just above 59, and then this being the resistance, which is coming in at 61. So fairly tight range of $2,000 that Bitcoin can just chop around in and nothing really changes. I think with the way momentum's going, it's likely to break to the upside, but I'll be much more confident when the MACD gets above the zero line on the daily, which we've already discussed. So that's all good. I'm just going to, because I've got time in this video, because I've been jolly efficient so far. Thank you for joining me, by the way. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. You can also check me out on Twitter. I'll link this video to Twitter as well. My Twitter handle is Simon F. Martin. So there you are. Right. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, check in the Bollinger Bands just to see where things are from a point of view of Bollinger. It's always good to keep an eye on the old B bands. So I'll chuck them on the chart now. Let's start with a weekly. I can't remember where the midpoint was that Bitcoin needed to get above for any volatility expansion to be to the upside. And lo and behold, it's 62.5, call it. So yeah, 62 is probably the next target I would suggest for Bitcoin to achieve on daily closures and maybe weekly for this bounce to continue. You can see on the daily that it is back above the zero line now, but there's no volatility expansion yet, and indeed volatility is still contracting on the daily. So see what happens. At the moment, as things stand, for volatility expansion, it needs to get back above the support resistance level, which is coming in at 62,000. And on the 4 hour, yep, it continues within the upper half of the Bollinger Band with increasing volatility. So the midpoint's pretty much around that support resistance, or sorry, support area of 59. And we'll see what happens. It looks like the volatility is just tailing off now. And clearly it can't expand until Bitcoin gets back above 61 for 4-hour closures at the moment. All right, there we are. Short, sweet video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and share. And join me tomorrow for Monday. We'll check in on a few momentum indicators. Take care. See you.